Big lock.
This shit actually really hard.
Reporting live from the trap. It's the nigga who gon' snap. Difference is I really love this shit. These niggas just rap. Bust that OG out the pack. Call me Warren. I got sacked. Calls coming back to back. Bro, I'm coming. Just relax.
Hey, this is the Live from the Trap podcast. Presents Rebel Talk, brought to you by Thug Gentleman. My name is LT Terror. I'm with Big Ruga, and we got a special guest today, man. One of my partners. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Man, what the fuck going on, man? Y'all already know who it is. TopNotch Swave in the motherfucking building, reporting live from Atlanta, Georgia.
I done a lot of content, man, but getting this nigga to be involved in the shit, it's been like pulling teeth, bro. But you know, when you a celebrity in the city, it's hard to sit you down, you know what I'm saying? Before I even get there, how everybody doing today? I got to do a wellness check because, you know, we was heated a second ago.
Yeah, I'm great, man. You know, I'm great. You know what I'm saying? I'm right, man. I'm doing good.
Sir.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know, we going to tap in and see what bro got going on. Like you say, man, you celebrity in the city, man. You know what I'm saying? That boy grind. That's what I recognize. Like, when I met him through you, that's the first thing I recognize. You know, the first thing okay, that boy grind. He about his business, you know what I'm saying? Like, since I met him, he been grinding, pushing himself, making himself the brand. Yeah. And that's the key part right there. He got down pack of making himself the brand. When you see him, you know that, okay, he is the brand. He wears his name on his shirt. You know what I'm saying? All he wears his shirts, you know what I'm saying? He let you know that, nigga, this is what I'm pushing. I'm the dope, nigga.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah.
That's real shit, though.
I'm the dope, you know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm pushing. So big congratulations on that, you know what I'm saying? Because that shit take a lot of, you know, dedication, and people don't know how hard that is. So we want to talk on all the good things that happen with you making yourself the brand. We want to speak on like what you got going on and what your consistency brought you, the perks of being consistent.
You finna get your flowers today, my boy.
Yeah, let's tell them what the perks of being consistent, what it gets you, you know what I'm saying, and just tap in and let them boys know a little something about you.
Man, you know, first off, dog, I'm going to say, but that's the nicest thing you done said to me since I met you.
Yeah, man, you know, I'm
But you always say some real shit, so I ain't going to say that's the realest shit you ever said to me, because you always giving game, you always giving advice, and at the same time, dog, I really want to say that I appreciate you for even acknowledging the same thing that I do, you know, as far as pushing the brand, because when we speak on that, you know, watching you, mean you, and seeing all the shit from, you know, Miami all over the internet, the way that you kick your content out, to kick your brand out, bro, that's also inspiring. That's motivational.
Appreciate
you. Know what I'm saying? It's so motivational. You know, I took time out from wearing my own stuff to support your stuff. So let's go ahead and give it that, you know?
Yeah, damn right.
So what it is?
Now, I was going to say, get into it, because I know the story, and I'm already been inspired from it. A lot of people in the city know the story, but, you know, right now we're reaching out to an audience that is predominantly Miami. So give them, like, what got you into it? How did you get your start? Let's go down the makings of TopNotch Swave. Not to make it drawn out, but, like, this is an important part of your music.
What's the meaning of your name?
Well, okay, so honestly, the Swave part came from my sister Keyshawn. Mostly, like LT already said, most of the people in the city know it, he know it. But to the new people that don't know, so Swave actually come from my late sister Keyshawn, may she rest in peace. She always wanted to be the biggest female rapper when we was kids. So, like, every time she would come around, because this is my sister on my dad's side, when she would come around, she would always just be like, yo, you know, check me out. I'm finna spit a freestyle. So, like, all the older kids and our older family members, you know, they'll laugh at it and be like, oh, you know, that's kind of dope, but, you know, ain't nobody gonna respect no women rappers at the time that, you know, but, you know, we was just kids, and, like, I was like her #1 fan. Like, anything my sister did, you get what I'm saying, I'm looking up to it. Like, you know, shit, if she gonna do it, you know, I'm supporting it. And, you know, just tragedy struck. A lot of stuff happened. So by 9th grade, I was actually writing poetry at the time. I was in Grady High School. I was doing, like, the little poetry contest and all that little stuff. And one of my homeboys, he saw me at the school, and he saw me writing. Like, I was,
why all the real players start with poetry? Y'all ain't noticed that's a common theme?
You got a will.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't meaning to go ahead, bro. That's just something I'm noticing.
Got a will words.
Yeah. So the major thing that my sister would once tell me, like, you know, as a kid, like, all the adults and older kids and everything would be like, well, you don't have problems. You don't know what problems is, you know? And we as adults, we may tend to look at the younger generation and say that, you know, like, don't rush to grow up, because now we're in that position. But at the same time, like, we had feelings, we had stuff we was going through, we was getting frustrated. You know, we're growing, we're trying to learn how to deal with these newfound emotions and life. You know, coming out of that oh, this world that we in is so peaceful, and realizing like it's real out here. You get what I'm saying? So she would always tell me, you know, if nobody else listens to you, you know, just pick up a pencil and write your feelings down. Like, and that was at a young age, but she was older than me, so you know, I just picked that up with poetry because she was gone, and I felt like as a kid I couldn't express that to nobody. I felt like no other kids cared. The adults around me didn't care that, you know, I lost a sister and had the experience like somebody gone and they not coming back. Yeah. You know, so it slowly turned into, you know, me just expressing stuff, and I learned about haikus. I learned about poems and how they rhyme in 8th grade.
I just learned about haikus.
So I learned about them in 8th grade, and I was just like, you know, this is a form of art, you know, the way that the rhyming patterns is and everything. And my homeboy just seen, he was like, you know, you write like a lot of stuff. You got some deep stuff. You ever thought about, you know, writing like rapping or writing for an artist? Because he was an R&B singer or trying to be one. And I was like, nah. So he was like, yo, I got a studio on Boulevard in my house, and he stayed around the corner from me. So after that, like he brought me to the studio, and he was like, you know, you just try and record something.
How old were you at that time?
15.
Yeah, that's that age.
Yeah, 15. That was when I first did my first song, and you know, like, well, you already know the story, but yeah, I did that first song, recorded it, played it back out loud, and it was over with at that point. You know, I met a person that would later on become a key figure in branding me, but.
Yeah, mentor.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Some of those stories don't end well, but the starts, it is what it is. Yeah. So, in this independent game, past 15, since you've been doing it that long, when are the sweet spots? What are the things that when you started to see work for you, how did you make that like something that you could actually spend your focus on? Because, you know, a lot of niggas run through distractions and shit. It's easy to fall back on your craft. Mm-hmm. But what was like the first thing that made you feel like, oh, I could keep doing this?
I think that after we did the first song, you know, and I felt confident about it. I felt like it was something new for me. It was refreshing. Like, even though, you know, I could tell looking back, like it really wasn't all that, but at the end of the day, that was something new to me. So anything that's new to me, like, I cherish that. I'm always, you know, embrace that feeling it gave me. I'm gonna embrace that moment, and like I'm gonna hold on to it. So when I went to school, honestly, and then my homeboy, he was like passing the song around and sending it to people. Like, people was, they, you know, the kids at the time, they was messing with it. Like, you know, they'll come in rapping the lines from it and all that stuff. Like, whether some was making fun of it, but it was like, bro, they was like, that's cool that you actually did that. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, not too many. Well, a lot of people in the city was doing it, but they was all like at other high schools and well-known niggas in the city for different reasons. So they was like, you know, shit, just watching you go from you one day to come back with a song. Then after that, we just kept kicking out songs, and like we was on the live streams at the time. We was on like Uvu, Skype, and the other platforms that was like taking off, and people was really watching it. And so once we did a show, and like some people came out, the older crowds came out from one show and then the next show, and they was rapping like the hook word from word, like that.
So you had real like fans on your ass.
That was a moment, yeah. Like we gonna go
A
ahead.
long time.
I'm gonna go ahead and shout it out, man. Like, if anybody remember, it was before it was TopNotch Swave, it was Kid Swave. You get what I'm saying? And then it was Fly Boys and Young Pimp. So go ahead and give everybody their flowers for that, because we had an audience. Like, we definitely had an audience.
Absolutely familiar with Young Pimp. The boy's amazing. I don't know what happened, but anyway. Nah, real shit. So I want to know, because I know when you start like that, you say you got your audience basically from just people around you. How did you grow that audience online?
So even though we had that presence, like doing shows, and it was something small at the time, but it was big to me. But what I realized was, like, once everybody went, you know, separate ways, and as I finished high school,
all groups break up for some reason.
Yeah. But it was a reason. Like, the dude that we started with, his dad actually was a lawyer, and Young Pimp actually was. He taught Young Pimp how to make the contracts, and even within him doing them contracts, like, the dad fucked over his own sons, me, Pimp, and all that.
Oh, so y'all got shysted before you even had a real, like,
yeah, the
push. Nigga got shysted. That's everybody entry into the music industry.
Get fucked over.
Yeah, you get fucked over first. Welcome, now you in.
Yeah, the dad kept all the money. So as time kept going, like, just trying to figure it out, reconnected with one of the older ones, one of my old homeboys that was in the group, Michael Kane. Shout out to him, Simeon. And then we reconnected with Pimp, and Pimp just always kept a studio on him. He was making the beats and recording us. So after that, I remember just 2012, 2013.
That's when you got your real online audience.
Yeah. Because it was when Vine came out.
Yeah,
You know, so
that bitch.
I was doing a lot, but I graduated school a year early and stuff, and me and Pimp just hit the road. We was going city to city and just doing radio interviews, doing like videos. We was filming our own content. Shout out to Rico. He the one that taught us. He was our first cameraman from Texas, but it was like we was kicking out videos every 3 days. Like I'm everybody else in school, and we just shooting. You get what I'm saying?
So
shooting,
that's where you get that from, because
dropping.
you like that. I gonna say now, of course, pandemic kind of changed a lot of shit for a lot of independent artists, but up until when I've known you to start really going for it, you've been like that. You always pushing out something. Yeah. It's a deadline in your mind at all times. Like some shit you done made up.
Yeah, I gotta have a deadline. But what made me go to that online audience was the fact that we was kicking out so much content and when nobody hearing it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, so it's like I ain't in people's faces no more. I ain't in school no more. So how can I get that? And when Vine came out, it was like I want to go from tagging all our friends on Facebook and at the time you can go to Twitter jail for spamming so many people. Like, and I was just like, man, you know what? I don't want to keep force feeding our family and friends and nobody sharing it. Like I want it to be natural. So when Vine came out, it was like I'm always doing stuff behind the scene. I remember going in the room in Riverdale and telling at the time it was Pimp and Boogie, shout out to Boogie and stuff. I remember telling them in Shadow, I'm gonna get on Vine. And they was like, for what? And I was like, I'm gonna just get on Vine, just everybody going viral in 6 seconds for, just being them or just doing something creative. I'm like, I do a lot of off the screen stuff anyway. Like I do a lot of crazy stuff, say a lot of crazy stuff. Might as well give it a shot. And so they was like, man, this ain't you. You get what I'm saying? That ain't you. But after I did that, it was goddamn Zoe, B-Dot, A-Dot.
Yeah, a lot of them boys big.
Them two first. Shout out to them. No, I am Zoe. He go by and B-Dot. They all doing wonderful things.
Still full of B-Dot.
My first few Vines took off because of them reacting to it. And then like just slowly after that, I was going up. I got to meet Super, Tokyo, DC on Fly. We was already familiar with him when we was with Polo Kids at the time. DC on Fly, who else? Nick Paddywhack.
Yeah.
K.
So you was big on Vine.
Yeah, but it all came from
I
connection.
told you nigga celebrity. I ain't made this shit up.
Nah, it all
famous.
It came from a connection. Like it was when Vine had it was starting up. You know what I'm saying? Like how they had them TikTok meetings and stuff.
Yeah.
They had like a little Vine party. Shout out to Nita Beater because it was actually at her house first. And Nita doing her thing in P Valley and doing a lot of stuff. She hosted some at her house, and we went. And had I known, that was the moment my life was gonna change. Everybody that is somebody today was there.
That's dope. See, people now, a lot of the kids, they think that to be big, they don't really know what it is to be not even say be big, but they think for you to be a well-known rapper, you gotta have, you gotta be the jury, you gotta have the cars, the house. But they don't know that, bro. When you could push out music and you get paid from your music and you got merch, like you said, you got your merch, you got other things lined up behind the music that put you in a position to where you can really enjoy making music. Like you're not making music because you have to make music because you gotta pay somebody back. You get a record deal. They think that that's the only way they can say, oh, he got a deal. He's a big artist because he got a deal. You being an independent artist and you make music because you have the space to make music because you put other things in place for you to make money off and not just really solely banking on music.
Yeah.
Like and to where you got big features, you got for you to know these people to where they tapped in with you because of the other groundwork and other things that you were doing besides music. Like explain to them the importance of that. Like far as just not just really just say, okay, I'm gonna be a rapper and then just I want to get signed. Like what's the benefits of you being independent and really connecting with the city to where you can make music at your own, like you said, you make your own deadlines, you do everything on your own time. Like tell them the importance of that basically.
Okay, so to anybody that's out there aspiring to be an artist, to be a rapper, to be a singer, or that's already out there and they feel like damn, I'm stuck. Like, what do I do next? Honestly, that's a hard feeling to get out of. That's a hard mindset to get out, because it doesn't matter which deadline I reach. It doesn't matter, every step I take, every song I kick out. Like, you're always gonna feel like, I gotta keep going. Like, and that's a hard feeling to shake. And that's actually what the top notch part came from. Like, I was just like, I ain't gonna be no kid forever, but like, I never want to reach that peak. Like, I never want to settle, because I don't want to get comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, I want to always do music because I enjoy music. Like, if I didn't, everybody asked that question. If you wasn't getting paid for doing music, would you do it? And honestly, that's a yes. You get what I'm saying? Because when I was doing music, or even when I did that first song, I wasn't looking at it like I have fans or I get paid. You get what I'm saying?
You were doing something.
I entered in something. I did something for the first time. I loved it, kept doing it, and I watched it grow. But I was like, at the same time, if I'm gonna keep doing this, and doing it for my sister as well, I got to figure out a way to do it. But the main thing is, if you didn't have no money, or if you don't have money, or how everybody always start up, because not everybody has a handout, not everybody has a label, not everybody has anything in their pocket, but it's the relationship.
Like,
you get what I'm saying?
They don't. That's where a lot of people don't really understand, bro. I had this guy in my complex. You know what I'm saying? I came out my building, and we started talking. He said some shit to me, like, he was like, man, he's like, man, you only hear one side of the saying. It ain't what you know, is who you know.
Yeah.
He said you only hear one side of it. He said the most important part of that saying is, it ain't what you know, is who you know, and who know you.
Yeah.
It's who know you. So by the relationships that you creating, that open up way more doors than what you know, and who it ain't what you know. You know what I'm saying? It's the people that know, okay, damn, that's Top Notch Swave. I know, that's the rapper. Like, when a person know your brand.
Yeah, like I seen that logo around.
I seen that when they know your brand,
Yeah.
that open up so many other doors for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if I don't even like when I first met you, it was more so like, and nigga, all you got this. What the fuck is that shirt? Like, what the nigga, all you got this? You know what I'm saying? It was more like, who is he? You know what I'm saying? When the couple of times I saw you, I'm like, okay, fool, brand. I know what it's about. I know what it's like to try to brand yourself. So I'm like, okay, fool. Okay, I see what he doing. Okay, so now you got my attention. You know what I'm saying? Now you got my attention. So let me see what this nigga. And then your music is not bad. You make, like I told you before, like, where you make good music, but what's gonna be the reason that you pop is your brand
And the consistency.
It's not gonna, like I say, bro, it's people that make way better music than you. It's people that make better clothes than me, but that consistency where motherfucker ain't got no choice but to always see you. And your brand is your, and they see your brand. Like, I don't give, like, every time they turn it top notch. They see your brand. It's like, that's gonna keep your name in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? And to the point where you can go put a billboard with just Top Notch Swave on it.
Yeah. Speaking of billboards,
You had a billboard. I heard you had a billboard.
boy, listen, one of the first niggas I've seen ever do it independently. You know what I'm saying? This is some shit. I remember I used to talk to our dog Faith about this back in like 2010.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I need a billboard in the city. Nigga calling them on the line. Once I get past that, I didn't know where else to go. I was stuck.
Yeah.
This nigga went, and I'm talking about this years ago. Had to be about 4 years ago.
2018.
Man, years ago, that nigga thought of some shit like, I want a billboard in the middle of the city. I don't even think he was going for the middle of the city. You tell us how that even happened. Where did that come from?
All right.
And like, what did it feel to get it accomplished? Like,
Correction. My bad. 2019, I was aiming for it, but every year in February, like I celebrate not just my birthday. My birthday February 10th, my sister Keyshawn February 20th. So, in honor of her dream, like I like to think of it as my reason. Like, I ain't gonna never be selfish, but her dream, and I'm just grateful to be here and take over and do something. So I was like, traumatic experience happened in 2017, 2018, made an album about it, and that did very well. But I was like, 2019, I need to change my mindset.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I need to do something positive. So I dropped a tape called Mania, which is also, short for like manic episodes, and that, you deal with that with bipolar 2 or chronic depression. So what most people don't know is mania is the feeling. If you ever been depressed or like had a moment where you go from extremely down, like I don't want to eat, I don't want to do anything, I don't want to even take a shower today, like you just feeling it like for days in, even weeks in, and then you all of a sudden get that energy of burst.
Yeah.
And you feel like one random moment, one change, and it's like, bro, I can do this, I can do that, I can do your job, I can do my job. You get what I'm saying? Or y'all want to go out, let's do it. And you got all this energy, and we don't realize like that's a manic episode. It's a functioning depression. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
So I named it Mania.
that.
You know, I named it Mania, and that was more of a positive attitude type of album. But also, so what happened was, I wanted to do something big. So like, you know, I do different rollouts. I'm very big on rollouts. Like, I went from the dropping content and dropping songs and dropping singles and tapes and mixtapes back to back, and they wasn't getting none. But I picked up, you know, from connections, networking, and getting out here and watching other artists. You know, like, rollouts are important.
Yeah,
You gotta give these people something to focus on you on before you put that tape out. Like, you don't want to spend all these months, hours recording, paying for beats, you know, doing all this stuff just to put a tape out, and then in 1 week
Nobody care
no more. You get what I'm saying? So these rollouts are still important, but it's like, what can I do with what I got right now? So I was like, man, you know what? I want a billboard. My sister always said she wanted a billboard, so I named it Mania for February 10th, and then I did an EP called Keyshawn February 20th. Now, the EP was done, but when I found out how to get the billboard, found out about the pricing and the deadline, I end up coming up with the money for the billboard, the cover art, like to put it all up there a week before I could submit that tape. That tape was still 5 songs short. You get what I'm saying? But this is what happened when I give myself a deadline. Now, to anybody listening, this is not the best advice for anybody, but you know,
But
this is
it's
something
good
that,
if you able to do it.
Yeah. This is something that worked for me, and this is something that I did pick up from school that, you know, I use every day. So the thing about a deadline is, if a teacher gave all 3 of us an assignment, you get what I'm saying? The overall goal is for us to pass. Like, if we doing solo assignments, we all got a project. We know when it is. You get what I'm saying? You either gonna have it done, you either not gonna do it, or, you know, you just take that, you know, that failing grade. But what I do with it is, it's a mentality thing, because we as artists, or me as an artist, you know, like, we procrastinate a lot. We overthink, and I'm big on, oh, I got to get this right. I'm a perfectionist, like, and that would drive us crazy. So to an extent, like, we'll hold on to songs and we'll keep second guessing. Do we want to put it out? Do we want to do this? But when you give yourself a deadline, and when you put that out there for the world to see, what I learned is that's either gonna make or break you. You get what I'm saying? Once the moment you announce
that you gotta do
you
something.
get what I'm saying? Once you announce a date, you get what I'm saying? It's cool. Like, some artists, some labels, things mess up. People don't have they splits. But as an independent artist, like, when you got people watching you and looking at you, okay, I'm gonna put a date out, because I
Is
need
you full of shit, or is you not?
You get what I'm saying? I need everybody else that do love me to hold me accountable, because I'm overthinking. So, you know, so at the end of the day, like, I'm gonna set this date, and once I got that billboard done, it was either it was gonna make or break me, because at the end of the day, I didn't pay for it. It's up for 30 days or 45 days. Can't get the money back. People gonna see it and they gonna look it up, and that brought a lot of traction. So I either had to make it shake or not. So I was on pimp bad, like, hey, I'm finna sit with you for the next 4 days in a row, and we gonna go through every beat, every hook, everything. But guess what? I got it done. You know,
and that's part of, like you say, people don't know how to use, like, you use something that you learned outside of doing music, and you incorporate it with your music. People don't know how to do that. They don't know how that can take you to the next level. People they feel like when they come to music, everything got to be like. I learned a lot about perfect example with artists. When you say y'all procrastinating what y'all do with y'all music, I learned that a lot of artists, they only make music for them.
Yeah.
And they don't understand that, bro. Everybody is not feeling like you. Everybody's not going through this drama, this trauma, and this depression that you're going through. So you got to start learning how to be like a sponge. And if you deal with somebody like LT, and you see LT as being, he's in this was space he in, and you do a song with him, or you just make a song for it may be 100 other people that feel like LT. So you make a song off of him. You know what I'm saying? It's just like how you took something from that you learned from school, and you make it, you apply it to what you learned from music. You could do the same thing when you meet these other people, these people that you don't even know. A person like me, and you meet me, I don't want to hear your music, just this sad music. Let me, like, right now, if I'm talking to you now, I'm like, dog, you could make some. I know you could probably make all type of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like use that. Don't just use that thing that you learned from school. Use the people that the energy that you encounter. Use that to make better music as well. Like, not say better, more music to more appealing to appeal more people.
Yeah, that's what make it versatile. So the thing that I did, I took from school was the deadline thing. That's more of a disciplinary thing.
Yeah, okay,
You get what I'm
okay,
saying?
yeah,
Because at the end of the day, we all in school. Like, what's the worst thing that can happen in school? You fail, right?
Fail,
You
yeah.
get what I'm saying? And what happens after that? You get held back. So treat it like with this music stuff, or treat it like anything in this world as the years go by and we becoming adults. And you get what I'm saying? The last thing you ever want to do is look up and say, damn, I'm still in the same situation.
Facts.
And you're always gonna be there if you were scared to take risks, if you scared to put yourself out there. So had I not, said, you know what, I ain't too cool, I'm gonna put my pride aside, I'm gonna get on Vine, I'm gonna show my personality.
Yeah.
Had I not done that,
You won't be
a lot of people, I
Crazy
wouldn't
part is
be where I'm at.
the benefits of you trusting in yourself and putting in the work for yourself. It works for everybody. The moment you start taking yourself serious and grinding and showing niggas that, hey, I ain't finna stop, one or two things gonna happen. One, you're gonna lose everybody around who not really serious and can't keep up.
Yeah.
And two, other people gonna want to help you out.
That's what matters the most. Like people that's willing to help you. You know what I'm
Niggas
saying?
see you like,
Yeah.
I see what he doing. I fuck with what you doing.
Yeah, man.
I may not be able to do what you doing,
But I'm
but
I
I might have some gas money for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
How
I
can I
may
help
not.
and like perfect example what we were just talking about earlier about us branding ourselves and us like pushing some. Those are the people that always that we gonna run across no matter what.
Yeah.
Because the people like easy we're gonna run across people that don't like, no matter what, if you don't like it, you're gonna respect it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna like what you're doing. I don't care if a person can say, man, that nigga Swave his this, that, and the third, but guess what? I know on Monday, Tuesday, whatever day, he's gonna put some more music out.
Yeah.
Or I know, you know what I'm saying? Another video gonna drop before this month out. You know what I'm saying? Or I know that he gonna come with a shirt that guy, he's gonna stay consistent. Yeah. So they gotta respect it. You know what I'm saying? They gotta respect it, dog. Like, and that's what you say, like, man, for somebody's all like you gonna share them people. Like even what you were talking about, for like you said, the mentorship, bro. When you doing something, bro, you're not gonna always end with the people you started with.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Because again, like, especially if you stay on the path that you're going, you're gonna lose more people still. You still ain't lost it. You still ain't done.
It ain't
You ain't over. You ain't over. You still got a lot more sharing to do. You know what I'm saying? But it's like by you staying consistent, guess what? You making it hard for a person who ain't supposed to be in your life to keep up.
Yeah, so
Because
anybody
taking
that
that
come
risk.
in on that bullshit,
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? Like they can't get to it. I'm going through it. I'm growing through it. I'm learning it. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be able to weave it out.
That's the best part of being a risk taker, dog.
Bruh, talking about weaving out. How the fuck did you weave your way into Sada Baby? What even got you to put him on that type of song? Because I'm a fan of your music, bro. You don't even rap on that type of shit. So, like, when you was going for that feature, was that intentional, or was that just some shit that you was on a different vibe and you was like, man, I could probably get somebody on this? Give me the details of, because that's huge for an independent artist.
Yeah.
To get somebody with that name, you know
That's
what I'm saying?
popping too. That's popping.
And that nigga that's fire, like,
Yeah.
because one, you got to stand next to that nigga when he go, because he gonna go. He really could go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's huge for a nigga like you to be independent and do that. So what was the inspiration? Like how did you even get to his name?
Well, what was the inspiration is, just my thought process right now, or how it's always been, is just like I let the beat call out to whatever topic. You get what I'm saying? I don't really try and control the narrative of the beat unless I'm really going for, like, it's already a feature lined up or it's a sync license or I'm writing for something. You get what I'm saying? Or writing for somebody. But other than that, like, if I hear a song, like if I hear a beat, hear instrumental, whatever it calls for, like that emotion, that feeling. So the thing is, like, when I heard it, shout out to my boy CEO, man. The boy 19 years old. Shout out to the producer.
Fine.
That boy dope. He sent it to me. Honestly, he sent me a lot of beats, and then when I heard that, and it was the Detroit inspired style beat, and so I was already a fan of Sada Baby and everything, especially in 2020 and everything he had going on during the pandemic. Consistency with the videos and
he was blowing up fast.
I saw something that I would do and that I am, you get what I'm saying, that I
doing,
would
that
do.
you- that
Yeah,
you're
so
doing already.
So it's like, damn, like I really fuck with that. So when I heard the beat, like LT said, like that ain't even a typical sound that I would go for. Like if you hear any of my previous work, but it's always because I've been trying to conform to what others want me to hear. And I know that you made a statement earlier about most artists do music for them. And I'll address that later because that's two sides of a coin as well. Like, it's okay to do music for you, but don't overthink it, because at the end of the day, you never know who that song or whatever they going through, that can reach somebody else.
Facts.
Artists will never know that because they too scared to experiment. They scared to be versatile. So with the Sada, the feature was like when I did the song Stand On It, and I was just like I was like, damn, like first off, let me pay homage. You get what I'm saying? Let me pay homage to the Detroit inspired style. So I out the gate on the first verse, like I'm doing exactly how the Detroit artists are doing. And it's not to mimic them. It's not to make fun of them. It's like I'm paying homage. So then by the second verse, I switch up. I do my style. I do the Atlanta, the cadence, the bar after bar, and then I'm also shouting out Sada in the second verse. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, like I studied Sada.
Yeah.
So I have to be able to be like, hey, for this type of song, who can I pull the inspiration from without having a pride or ego? Like, man, I don't really listen to these niggas. Nah, I did.
So you was doing it before you even know you was gonna get them.
Yeah, so like I shouted that out with that in mind. Like this would be dope. Like who from up there from Detroit, like, damn, I can do this. You get what I'm saying? But not just like the whole song, but like I need to do this, pay homage, shout out paying homage, but then also add my stuff on there on the second verse. So, it all worked out. But then I was blessed, to come across some amazing people. You get what I'm saying? I was blessed to come across some amazing people that was like, what you need.
Shout them out.
I was blessed to come across the CEO of Thug Gentleman, Mr. Biggs himself. You get what I'm saying? That really took that risk.
We done all ran across this same individual, and it's been the same. If we working, he see you working, he like, hey, fucking with it. You know what I'm saying?
That go back on what you said earlier.
Yeah,
bro.
when you moving, bro,
people gonna want to help. You know what I'm saying?
Now, if you sitting on your ass and you ain't doing shit, don't be mad that niggas that can help you walk by you. Like,
that's what's gonna happen.
It's just you not worth nothing. I'm sorry.
Shit.
So came across that blessing, man, and I just told him what it was. He was like, "How can I help you?" I said, "Well, this is what I want to do this. I want to take this risk." And then he was like, "I got you." And Lord behold, ain't nothing better than a man that stand on his word. So
But
he did what he did.
How did you get in contact with him? Because we done reached out to everybody. I done sent a letter to every record label you could think of, every artist. Sometimes, bro, you don't get nothing. You know what I'm saying?
You don't. So at the time, I was also what I learned from networking in the city, and just a wise person told me when they was advising me and other artists in the building, like, y'all miss a lot of opportunities on this internet by not having y'all booking info and the email or who to contact just in y'all bios. Like, we don't really have time to skim through y'all stuff and then DM you and all this. They was like real execs, real labels, real A&Rs will email you. So have that in your bio. And then I was just doing work. I was like, man, how can I get Sada on this song? And so I just went to his page. Like, I was going through a lot of artist stuff pages at the time because I was trying to find ways to contact them. And right there in the bio, like, it's literally who you contact. Went to his page and then, reached out to that number 3 times before they finally answered. And it was a done deal right there. But see, the craziest part is, like, if you go, at the time, you was going through his posts and people like, oh, how can I book you? How can I do this? How can I do that? People will really skip over your bio.
And that's crazy. And that's I'm happy you said that, because that's free game that you giving these
Free
artists
game.
to where they want to tap in with artists. And you would think that's something that, like, common sense.
Yeah.
But it ain't common, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
People really don't read.
Yeah, they don't read. So it's like, for you to even say that, like, and understand that, bro, this really works.
Yeah.
Like, this work, like, bro, email, bro. I get so many emails, and I'm like, damn, I didn't even know that I'm supposed to be checking my email like that. Like, I check my email now, I'd be like, God damn.
Boy, listen, I don't do nothing until I check that's how I start my day.
You reach a point.
It's like, it's important. It's imperative.
Bro, gotta check that
email is more
man.
important than the text message.
Well, that's what I be looking for. I be looking for a point where I need to go. Let me see this email. Like, the other day, LT was like, look for. I know you be on top of it, but cause boy, now I don't play. Boy, I don't miss it. Boy, I don't miss nothing now. Boy, my email. You would never go on my phone now and see my email be saying 200 unread. Boy, hell no.
You'll see unread text messages like that for me.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna delete it. I'm gonna delete it because I don't need to miss nothing. So if I got shit, I'm gonna delete that shit. I'm not missing nothing, dog.
I'm talking. It's been a pivotal in my life for like the last 5 years. I have so many email addresses because I fill these bitches up, dog. I do it so much back and forth with artists. And
you, my bad.
No,
an artist hit me up the other day, sent me an email.
Yeah.
And I replied to it, he can't get it because his inbox full. I never knew that shit could happen.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you fucked.
And like, damn,
you fucked, my
like,
boy.
yeah, he reached out to him. I get back to him.
Yeah.
Like, I get an email back saying, we're gonna try again in the next 24 hours. His email full.
You fucked, man.
I'm like, damn, dog.
That should have really stopped, man. Stop your motion, dog.
Yeah, because he sent me a long email about checking out his music and sending me links, and I'm like, the shit was dope.
Damn.
Like come on, come on to the platform. I'm basically giving them an invite to the platform, and shit.
Hey man, let that be a lesson, dog.
Hopefully
clean
he see
your
this,
email,
you know what I'm
bro.
saying?
Clean your fucking email.
Matter
for
of fact,
real.
post this exact clip. You might find him. You might reach out to him.
Yeah.
So I know this is cliche as fuck to ask, but it's like because everybody always asks artists, "Hey man, so what you got going next? What's your plans for the future?" Like, I don't want to position it that way because I know a lot of times, nigga, as an artist, we don't know. We work every single day
To make it.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
shit, hope this the one.
yeah, like I
Hit
know.
it, you know what I'm saying? We swinging for the fences.
So I want to know what's the most memorable moment in the either whether it been in the past or something that's coming up. Like, what's been the most impactful thing that's happened on this journey as an artist?
I think the most impactful thing that has happened so far, I was blessed to get invited to the Recording Academy event out there in Texas this year. But the way that blessing came about, so for those that don't know, you know, the Recording Academy is the members or the organization behind the Grammys. And, you know, like we as artists, we look up to that. Like that's a big accomplishment to get invited to perform or, you know, to even win it. And that blessing came to me in the form of a disguise. Like I had the opportunity to go to South by Southwest this year by Busy. Shout out to Busy. Busy had a couple stages out there, so she was like, you know, I want you to come out there and perform on my 2 stages. So what happened was, as I was looking up flights, I wouldn't have. It was like all late because I was looking in February because I had to get the money up. So what happened was the flights were too expensive of the day of that I would have went out there and, you know, performed. So I would have got there too late for the first show.
Yeah.
So what I was like, you know, I'm gonna go out there a day early. And so this is just me, you know, putting myself out there. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna post on my story, hey, I'll be in Texas from this date to that date. You know, if anybody want to lock in, because, you know, all artists gonna be out there. Like, if anybody want to lock in, tap in. And I got a DM. I got a DM. Shout out to the boss lady, Arnesia. She actually been following me, and like we've had casual conversations in the DMs, and I knew that she was like an important figure, but she's low key. Like I never knew what she did, but like none of the DMs, like I don't follow people and be like, hey, let me spam you, let me do this, let me do that, because nobody wants to be force fed. But I learned that young. You get what I'm saying? I learned that in the early stages with Facebook and Twitter. Like my own family and friends don't care for it, so you know. So just being like I said, the connections and taking them risks. So as I posted that online, she said, hey, I see that you will be out there on this date and we having a Recording Academy block party. And I would actually like to invite you because I've been, you know, watching you as an artist and as a person. And from the conversations we had, like I would like to take this risk and, you know, sign you up to be one of the members one of the people that can come along with me.
That's dope.
Since then, things have really changed, and you know I can't really speak on it right now, but like since then, like I looked at a lot of stuff that I do differently. I look at a lot of things that, you know, like just being you and, you know,
You never know who watching.
having content out, like, so, you know, at the end of the day, like that being in itself, that spoke a lot to me, more than the Billboard, more than, you know, my first big show of 300 some people we put together, more than anything that I've done, because at the end of the day, like I was just casually like, hey, you know, I ain't got no pride, ain't got no ego. If anybody want to work, you know, networking, because connections really matter out here. And then that she just reached out to me.
You know,
Hold on. I really like that answer and that response. I really thought you was gonna say the most impactful thing was meeting LT Terry, but we will let that slide. Go ahead, my brother.
Now you know another thing that you do that a lot of artists don't do, and that I watched you like in the time that I've been able to, like, you know, we locked in. Basically, you throw parties. Yeah, that's dope. And you throw parties, and not really say parties. You throw parties where you are the main. You throw shows for you.
Yeah.
Like nigga, like I'm finna throw a show and I'm performing. Like we throwing
Damn
shows
right.
and I'm performing and you get good turnout. Like I done been to 3 of your parties and it's like you packing out all just off your name. Like you making more money or you packing out more than these artists that go perform at the clubs.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't do. And that's I ain't want to give some of your secret sauce out. I don't know if I gave
that
some.
shit need to be
Yeah,
shared.
but it's something like I feel like a lot of these artists that if you got a fan base, feed your fan base. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's what he does. Like he go rent out venues and he get his dogs to perform and he be the main event. You know he sell his merch there. You know he set up vendors and everybody can make something happen off of just what you're basically you're giving other people jobs, you know what I'm saying, for one night. You know what I'm saying? You letting people like get into your world, you know what I'm saying, and benefit off of it. So that's something that I feel like a lot of artists don't do. They wait on the promoters, they wait on other people to say to invite them to do something when it's like ain't nothing wrong with spending your money to go get a venue and say, you know what, I'm finna get this person to perform and I'm gonna close it out. I'm gonna be the showcase. And you get a good turnout every time. What made you start? What made you think of that? That like, man, you know what? Like, was it because of like, you know, as far as the promoters wasn't? I don't know how the promoting system is out here in Atlanta, but I know in Miami, like when it comes to doing shows, man, by the time you perform, you about the last few in the motherfucking club.
Yeah. I mean, you know, they do that in Atlanta too. They'll hold you to about 2:30, 2:40 knowing the club closes at 3.
Oh, okay,
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
You know, but what happened is I like to go by this saying, life is the greatest teacher.
Yeah.
And I used to walk around from 2014 to 2016 like, man, you know, just somebody help me. Like I knew all these important people, like somebody tell me an answer, somebody guide me, somebody do this. I'm working two jobs, and then I was also working at the Marriott, like morning and night shift, and then going to record and knowing I got to be on an AM shift by 5:45 a.m. and it's about 4 o'clock. You get what I'm saying? But I was like, this got to pay out. Like, you get what I'm saying? At that time, I was having money, but less time.
Yeah.
So you get what I'm saying? So something had to give, and what I also learned by that is it was the summer of 2015 as a youngin'. You get what I'm saying? As a youngin', I went through $2,000 that summer alone doing showcases, paying for showcases, paying to sign up, paying artists do this and win this prize and do that.
Bullshit.
And you get what I'm saying? But like I wouldn't have learned that had I not gone through it. So what I also learned was nobody in this industry, even if they made it, even if they are, you know, established, nobody has the answer for you.
Yeah.
Nobody can literally tell you what to do. So what got me into doing the shows was like not just knowing the secret to the people that put together the shows. I already got their artists that they know gonna win or they dogs, or you get what I'm saying? Like they just there collecting the money.
That's it.
And they collecting the money for their own bills or for their artists to get, you know, features and everything. Like it's all a reason. But like what I end up doing was using every showcase, free or not. I used that as an opportunity. Once I realized like I can't get this money back and this is how the game going, what can I gain from this? Instead of me getting frustrated, what can I learn? I used that and them chances, whether it was a crowd, regardless or not, it was a crowd. And it wasn't a crowd for me. The crowd didn't know me. How can I get better at performing? How can I get better at giving off their energy to get them to react to me, to be like, hey, I want to support him. Whether I left with one person, no people, 5 people, the judges or whatever, this is a learning moment.
Yeah.
So before I get frustrated, what do I need to learn? And then I took that and I said, you know what? I am making money, but let me sacrifice this money for a long run. Let me go out here as I'm doing these showcases and I'm seeing other artists get frustrated too, but I'm seeing artists that are working hard, that got the good music, that got this. Let me work with you. So when I do these shows now, it's not just my dogs. Like, it's not just my favorite people. Like, these are people around the city that I've connected with, that I take time out my day or my night, go to these shows, you know, supporting whoever throwing together. But I'm watching these artists. I'm watching how they perform live. I'm watching how the crowd react. I'm watching what they doing. I'm not looking at can they pack out.
Nah.
Because what I learned by myself was doing my first big show, we brought out 300 some people in the city. I don't need you to bring people out. What I need you is to be good and do good. So at the overall thing is nobody leave like, man, you know, Swave did his thing, but everybody else could. Nah, I want people to thoroughly enjoy the show. I don't want nobody to go outside and be like, you know, dog, so bad, let me go out. Because that's what happened at these showcases. It's all about money.
Yeah.
So they will give any and everybody an opportunity to go perform who got the most money. Niggas paying $300 to perform 6 songs, but the crowd walking out. You get what I'm saying? Now you got to perform and everybody done left.
Yeah.
So now let me change that, but let me also go out here and not just find people and say, hey, you so dope. Let me get you on my show. Let me see how you are as a person.
Yeah.
Let me build the biggest thing in this industry, the biggest thing to growing. Like you said, it's about who you know and who know you.
Yeah.
That relationship. Because if me and you were having this conversation and you like, man, you know what, Swave is a real nigga, da-da-da, you might walk out and you got an opportunity from your platform. And then somebody might be like, hey, I need an artist from Atlanta that can bring out such and such. First thing you gonna say is, I got the perfect person right here.
Yeah.
I got an authentic man. I got a man that's about his business.
Right.
You will speak my name, and that goes longer than me thinking about any of the money that I have spent for a venue.
You earned my respect when you came to Miami. You earned my respect. Well, before then, you earned my respect by your grind. But really, like, put the seal the deal was when you drove from here. You drove from Atlanta to Miami just to do Live from the Trap when it was first starting up. Like, it wasn't really nothing to do. It's just a simple fact that you had that you saw what we was building and you wanted to be a part of it. Like, a lot of people don't understand that groundwork of it, and I feel like you understand the ground because you part of the groundwork. You do your own groundwork. So by you even saying you meeting these artists and you I want to fuck with you because you grinding just like me. Yeah. Like, that shit takes you, like, bro, a nigga, you locked in with me. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, bro, I don't care if somebody say, well, I need 3 artists that's really putting in work, that's really doing it. You're gonna be in my list. Okay, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I got an artist, boy. Sway, this what he do. This all he doing. You know what I'm saying? You really putting in that groundwork and you really tapping in and building a relationship because now look, you went from Miami to do the Live from the Trap. Yeah, you know LT, but then I look now. The first thing come in my mind, we wasn't even finna do it. The podcast today. I say, man, fuck that, man. Let's interview Sway.
Oh God, we're finna cancel that shit because I ain't want to do it.
That's the first thing I said. Let's interview because. You was the first person to come to my mind. I could have said, I got an artist that I know from the city that's doing it. I got an artist from over here. Nah. You the first person because guess what? When I got on internet, I saw your ass. You know what I'm saying? I saw you. You feel me? Or even whenever it may be you. And you just like one of my comments. But it was like, shit. Hey,
he right there.
He right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, shit, fuck it. Let interview Sway, my nigga. Run it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And I look like, and you came. Last minute, an hour, you know what I'm saying, and you dropped game, you gave knowledge,
and that's why I wanted to touch on. Like, I appreciate you for speaking, because you don't do this a lot, and I don't know why. I got a perfect opportunity to set up a whole Swave radio show, but we get into that later. But what I appreciate is it's hard to find artists who care about the craft. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's like it's not everybody's job to love music. Nah, get your money. You know what I'm saying. But to understand that this is a business and to also care about it, man, you damn near an anomaly nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And that shit gonna take you far in your city and outside of your city. Because, bro, you know the ins and outs and you don't treat this shit like a game. You respect yourself and as much as you want people to respect you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You got the this is something that I learned that when I first started wanting to really get into to really hustling, and this one of the sins I go by. I tell everybody, but don't worry about the money, man. The game we in, that's the reward, bro. Like that's the reward. I say that all, like, bro. That's what you got down pat. You don't focus on the right now money. Nah. You know that if I do this the right way, my reward is gonna be the money. You know what I'm saying? That's the reward, and a lot of people don't understand that like, bro, like you right now doing something and you locked in on, if I do this, how much money you gonna give me, bro? You closing so many doors. You closing so many doors because a person already looking at like, damn, money move you. Yeah, money move you. You know what I'm saying?
I can buy you right.
Yeah,
now.
I can
money
buy
move
you.
you against me.
That's it. I don't deal with money hungry people. You know what I'm saying? Like when you came to Miami, you didn't say, well, I'm gonna need gas money to get down there, or I'm gonna need this.
Damn, I should have said that shit.
Yeah. And you went to perform.
Should have said that.
You went. I would have looked at your ass and kept it moving.
I'd have recorded my own shit.
Shit,
my own shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's like you made it to where shit. I'm finna go to Miami, do Live from the Trap, and I'm finna party. Yeah, you made it work for you. You know what I'm saying. You made it work for you, and that's why, again, we needed somebody to interview, you were the first person that I thought of. So imagine as we grow and you grow and you grow, you know you got doors open at Live from the Trap.
Yeah.
You know you got doors open with whatever we got going on. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like we understand that money is not something that you can't be bought.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be bought. You did something off the screen of like them boys grinding.
Yeah.
And that opened up, like you look how with for the Grammy the awards say you went to the writers
Party. Yeah.
right, the writer, because you grinding and you putting in that groundwork and you didn't even know who she was and what she was, but you still treated her with respect.
Yeah.
To make her want to be like, you know what, I'm gonna take a chance on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why these artists, when you throw your party, these artists don't mind coming out and performing at your shit, because guess what? You tapping in, you're coming in their shit and you letting them boys know I'm supporting you. I'm here.
Saying?
You know what I'm saying? I'm here. So it's like, bro, you good. Like whether you make it to the weight, bro, you good, bro. Whether you make it to be one of the top artists mainstream, but you gonna be successful at whatever you doing, because you understand that, bro, like the reward is all I gotta do is do this the right way.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be great.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? You good, dog. Like, especially with that mindset you got, my nigga, you good.
Hey, so give us something quick to close it out, man. Imagine you talking to the younger generations of Swaves coming up. What would you say to them, man? Give us that and let's close this episode out.
I would say to y'all, today's choices, or no. I would say to y'all past choices, don't ever let them define you. Don't ever hold on to them, and don't ever, regret it. Forgive yourself and always keep moving forward, because once you forgive yourself, you start to love yourself. You extend that same grace to you, and you'll know how to move forward. Don't get caught up in any L's. Don't get caught up in any failures. Don't get caught up in the money that you lose. Don't get caught up in the friends that you lose, because everything will always work out in the end in your favor. And once you let go of that mindset, once you let go of, trying to hold on to people and things that, the universe wants to remove, once you let go of everything that you've done so wrong in your life, every single thing changes. And always know that, respect any and everybody that you come across, because you will never know what they're going through, whether they like you, dislike you or not. Focus on loving you, and you're going to attract people that hate you. You're going to attract people that dislike you, and they do not know, nothing about you. But at the end of the day, it's because you have a level of self-confidence, you have a level of belief, you have a level of love and respect, and that is going to leave a legacy when you're not here that they can't say that they have.
Shit. I'm finna get an amen button. I promise you. Hey, man, appreciate that. Once again, this is the Live from the Trap presents Rebel Talk, presented to you and brought to you by Thug Gentlemen. We out.